Scazzero's Emotionally Healthy Spirituality, It's Impossible to be Spiritually Mature While Remaining Emotionally Immature, 2006, revised editions later, is a transformative work that bridges the gap between emotional health and spiritual maturity. Scazzero, a pastor and author, argues that many Christians pursue spiritual growth while neglecting emotional wounds, leading to shallow faith and unresolved struggles. His central thesis is clear: true spirituality cannot flourish without emotional maturity. Narrative style and atmosphere. Scazzero's style is pastoral, compassionate, and practical. He writes with honesty, often drawing from his own struggles in ministry and family life. The atmosphere of the book is both challenging and hopeful, urging readers to confront emotional immaturity while offering tools for healing and growth. Major themes. Emotional health and spirituality. Scazzero insists that emotional wounds, anger, fear, unresolved grief, must be addressed for authentic spiritual growth. The false divide. He critiques the tendency to separate emotional life from spiritual practice, showing how this leads to burnout, hypocrisy, and shallow faith. The daily office. Scazzero revives the ancient Christian rhythm of pausing daily for prayer, scripture, and silence, anchoring believers in God's presence. Authenticity and transformation. He emphasizes honesty before God and others, encouraging believers to live authentically rather than hiding behind religious performance. Scazzero begins with a confession. Despite outward success in ministry, his inner life was fractured. He recounts how unresolved emotional wounds led to anger, exhaustion, and shallow spirituality. This personal honesty sets the tone for the book, making it not just theoretical, but deeply experiential. The central premise is that emotional health and spiritual maturity are inseparable. Scazzero explains that many Christians pursue prayer, Bible study, and service while ignoring emotional immaturity. The result is a faith that looks strong externally, but collapses under stress. He insists that spiritual practices must integrate emotional honesty. One of the most powerful sections explores the false divide between emotion and spirit. Scazzero critiques the idea that emotions are unspiritual or distractions from faith. Instead, he argues that emotions are part of God's design, meant to be acknowledged and integrated. Suppressing emotions leads to hypocrisy, while embracing them fosters authenticity. Scazzero introduces the daily office, an ancient Christian practice of pausing at set times each day for prayer, scripture, and silence. He explains that these pauses break the cycle of busyness and distraction, anchoring believers in God's presence. The daily office becomes a rhythm of renewal, helping believers cultivate both emotional awareness and spiritual depth. Another cornerstone of the book is authenticity and transformation. Scazzero insists that living honestly before God and others is essential for growth. He encourages readers to name emotions, confront wounds, and embrace vulnerability. Transformation, he argues, comes not from performance but from authenticity. Scazzero also explores family and cultural patterns. He explains how unresolved generational wounds, anger, shame, dysfunction, shape emotional immaturity. He urges readers to confront these patterns, break cycles, and embrace healing.